Have you ever heard your voice echoing in the mountains? Riding on sound waves is fun if you know the science behind it. Acoustics is a study of sound waves, its behavior, propagation, reflection, diffraction and refraction. Today we will learn the basic concepts of acoustics in relation to community radio.
So let us understand the basics of sound. These are sound waves and these are the wavelengths. There is a clear correlation between the frequency and wavelength. Lower the frequency, longer the wavelength. And as frequency goes high, the wavelength gets shorter. This is amplitude. You can increase amplitude or decrease it. What does this mean? It simply means that if you increase the volume, the amplitude goes high, and if you decrease the volume, the amplitude goes low. Similarly, if you decrease the pitch, it will generate lower frequency, and if you increase your pitch, the frequency goes high. Now there are other properties of sound that we need to know. For example, refraction. Sound travels through different mediums at different speeds. For example, if a sound wave was made to travel 1000 meters through air, water or steel, you will see that it traveled through air in 2.94 seconds, through water it traveled in 0.67 seconds, and through steel it would travel in just 0.19 seconds. This leads to refraction. When sound waves change their medium, let's say from air to water, the phase velocity of the waves would change, though the frequency will remain constant. The other important concept we need to know is diffraction. When a sound wave is made to pass through a small opening in a reflective surface, the waves would spread. The most important concept for an audio professional is the principle of sound reflection. When sound waves strike a reflective surface, they will bounce back if the reflective surface is larger than the wavelength of the sound. As you know, the audible frequency of sound could be 20 Hz to 17,000 Hz. In other words, the wavelength could be as small as 20 mm and as high as 17 meters. The nature of reflection varies based on the type, texture and angle of the reflective surface. To get a clean recording, we need to ensure that all the surfaces in a recording area are less reflective so that the waves are absorbed and not reverberated. This property of sound leads us to the complex field of architectural acoustics.
Hi.
Hi.
I'm actually here because I'm looking at building a studio. My question is, what are the materials I should use to get the best acoustics?
It depends on what kind of studio you're looking for. So, if you want to record music, or a live talk show, or a live radio show, there are lots of options in the market. It depends on the amount of money you want to spend on acoustic treatment. But I have some samples. This is the cheapest option. It's made of molded paper mache, so you can also use an egg crate. The only problem though is you can't use this on its own. So you need to buy either rock wool or glass wool to pad this at the back. Now once you do that, its sound absorption quality is immediately enhanced. But a better option though would be to use acoustic foam. This is a sample of that. What this does is it's easy to mount and it's very light. So if you want to make portable recording booths, this can be used. Slightly more expensive but. The most popular one though is this. This is made of paper composite. So these boards are perforated. Because of that, the sound quality is very good because all the reverberation is cancelled out.
Right.
But with all of these, they'll either be used on the walls or the ceilings. So for your floor, you need to get a good carpet and then your studio will be complete.
The recording area of your studio should be insulated from the ambient noise. If you look at the studio design, you will notice that there are multiple layers around the recording area. A typical recording area partition would look like this. First, you have the wooden frame. The second is the cladding. Now, the cladding could be made of ply or bison board or similar other materials. The third layer is the insulation material. Now, this could be rock wool or glass wool. And finally, you have the air gap. Repeat this pattern on the other side of the partition. If you look at the glass of the monitoring window, you will notice that it is tilted downwards. This is to ensure that the horizontal sound waves are reflected downwards rather than reflecting in the straight line of the mic. We need to protect the recording area from electromagnetic noise as well. Remember, any coil-based device would generate such noise. Now, these devices could be a tube light, fan, electrical stove, or window air conditioner. Prohibit their usage in the recording area. If you have to use an air conditioner, you can use a split AC with the compressor unit being away from the studio.
It is wonderful to listen to a good sound.